Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, yeah.
Most of these signs that you're seeing portrayed on the screen were put up by a lady who's basically a squatter out at Mt Carmel. She's set herself up out there to kind of take advantage of the tourist trade, and so she has a lot of signs, and a lot of them are misleading. She certainly has some wild stories that she tells people, and you know, a lot of them really need to be addressed.
Well, she's collected plenty of money.
That's why I said she's taking advantage.
That's right.
In fact, we got your daughter's little stone coming up here, Clive. I hope this isn't too tough on you.
No, that's fine.
What is all of this now?
This here was a trailer that a lady who was in her late 80s had been living in. She was not there on the day of the raid. David had sent most of the older ladies over to live about 5 miles away at a trailer because it had hot and cold running water, it had central heating and so forth, and Mt Carmel at that time was still pretty primitive. So leading up to the winter, he sent the ladies over there. So she wasn't there, but they rammed her trailer with the tanks.
Right there's
That's my daughter, the 18-year-old daughter that died in a fire. That's David Koresh's stone, yes. We just recently learned that they stole one of his children's stones just in the last couple of weeks. You invariably get tourists taking souvenirs. That's one of the motorcycles. Just about all the guys that were there, David had bought the motorcycles. We had a trailer that we put right there. You're seeing the razor wire that they had all around us. A lot of people want to know why we didn't come right out.
Yeah,
we had a barbed wire fence around us for one thing. It's one of the reasons.
Well, that razor wire was worse than any barbed wire fence.
Oh, well, no.
I did not realize what razor wire was until I went back on Mount Carmel and saw it, and I thought, I could hardly believe that they'd use a thing like that.
This is one of the buses that we had that was dragged down toward the lake, and about 8 months after the fire, somebody came and torched it. Both of the buses that we've had out there have been torched since April 19th, 93.
Well, the big bus was in perfect condition.
This is a lot of the concrete from the foundations of the building that the ATF and the ATF and the private contractors have scooped up. What you're seeing there, that hole in the ground, is the beginning of a tunnel that came out of the bus that was buried underground. That's the only tunnel in the whole place, in spite of all the stories you've heard. There's only one tunnel that led into our storm shelter that we were in the process of building. There were no tunnels that led away from the building. There was no possibility of anybody escaping through tunnels or anything like that.
They said we had tunnels running to the houses. There's no such thing. We didn't need tunnels. We were close to one another. The houses were close. They weren't far apart, and we were close to
the white building you just saw used to